Hello everyone, welcome back to Grant's Gaming Realm, and today I'm going to give my platinum review of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This review will cover my opinions on the gameplay, story, and the grind to attain the platinum trophy. First, let's start with gameplay. Gameplay of Jedi Survivor is definitely better than Fallen Order. I really love the stances and all the different options we have with this game. I constantly was changing stances all throughout the story. I at least gave all the different stances a try. I favored more towards the single, the dual wield stance, and the blaster stance, but I understand why some people really love the double bladed or the crossguard stance. I personally prefer the dual wielding just because of the speed and the fact that you can parry a lot faster, a lot more, at least it gives you a lot more frames to parry. The blaster stance for the range. I really love just holding the charge shot and just blasting fools from a distance. Or blasting fools from a distance a little bit and then go into the fight. That would help me out a lot for boss fights. Lightsaber in combat was amazing. Definitely better than Fallen Order. The force powers I love. I really loved how we kind of got all our tools from the rip. You know, the force pull and push, all that stuff. I really liked the slam, the force lift and the force slam. That was super cool. I really loved the trophy where you force lift. I think it was like 5 people or something like that. You force lift like 5 people in the air and then do use the dead eye or the blaster stance to blast them while they're in the air. Just stuff like that is so sick. I really loved actually the legendary enemies, the legendary bosses you find throughout the world. Just fighting those hidden boss fights. I really dug that. This game was definitely way more open world compared to Fallen Order. I love and don't like it. I don't know. I'm mixed about it. I really loved how big Kobo was. Kobo was actually super fun. And just all the different parts of Kobo, I felt like Kobo wasn't just one note world, if that makes any sense. The different areas that you go to across Kobo are all pretty different from each other. From the ruins, observation station, to the caverns, to just the general town and the canyons of Kobo. Like, I felt like it's all pretty distinct from each other, which I really dug. You can definitely tell that most of their time went into Kobo and also Jeddah as well. I liked all the worlds this time around in Jedi Survivor. My only complaint is that because it's open world, I felt like they put too much effort into just Kobo and Jeddah. I liked all the worlds, but I was kind of bummed that we basically got 2 moon stations. You know, the actual moon station, and then we got the Nova Garden. I know that's like an Imperial base, but it's on an asteroid kind of a thing. I don't know. I just was kind of bummed we basically just got 2 space station type places. Kind of wish we actually got a little more at Tanalorr. Tanalorr was actually a cool concept, but I just wish they actually expanded it more. I thought for sure when we got there we were going to see this like Jedi archive that possibly was there, or this Jedi temple and all these weird High Republic stuff. That's one thing I really liked about this game was the whole High Republic-ness, but I'll get into that later. I just kind of feel like Tanalorr was a little bit of a missed opportunity. Jeddah was a great place. I dug the desertness of it all, or the desert ruins and all that stuff. The different beasts getting around and the different temples and all that stuff. Coruscant, I felt like was another big missed opportunity. Coruscant is just basically, it's just the intro planet, you know? It's just a tutorial planet, basically. I thought for sure, because you know how with the menu screen, it shows the Jedi Temple? I thought for sure we were going to go into the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. That would have been so cool. Honestly thought the end of the game was, or towards the end of the game was going to be more you go into Coruscant to face Vader or face someone, some Inquisitor or something like that. Kind of bummed about that. We really didn't see much of the Inquisitors at all in this game. We killed that one Inquisitor that was chasing us a lot in Fallen Order at the beginning, but once that's done, you basically don't see an Inquisitor ever again. I felt like most of their efforts went into Kobo and Jeddah. Even though I like those planets, I kind of wish some of the love got spread out a little more. That's one thing I do like about Fallen Order a lot, is all the worlds felt pretty big and expansive, but there was still a different variety of different worlds. It wasn't just how in Survivor. It's clear that most of the efforts got put into Kobo and Jeddah. Let's move on to the story now. I think it's honestly better than Fallen Order's story. I really like how Cal's still fighting the Empire, kind of feeling conflicted about, should I still fight the Empire? Should I fight away? Is this even worth putting in all this effort? I'm sick of seeing all my friends that I make along the way die because of the Empire, him kind of losing hope. As you get into the later half of the game, kind of slightly giving into the dark side a little bit. Really dug that stuff, actually. In the third game, which I definitely think will happen, I think we'll see Cal either turn to the dark side or possibly be kind of like a Mace Windu, find that perfect balance between dark and light. Just seeing the whole Mantis crew together again was also really cool. The twist with Bode was actually really cool. What's funny is I talked to my friends about this, and some of my friends are like, dude, I totally saw it coming, and I just didn't. I don't know why. I thought Bode's relationship with his daughter and his motivations and his character arc in this game is actually really cool. I didn't see him betraying you coming. I could maybe have seen him just being like some spy in the Empire, but the fact that he was a full-on Jedi and turned dark, I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. Kind of bummed he ended up just being the final boss. I thought for sure Dagon was going to be the final boss. And Dagon, I think, was another big missed opportunity with this game. I really liked how we got insights into the High Republic because it's obvious Star Wars is going in that direction now. In the movies and comics and games, we're going to be in a full High Republic swing when it comes to Star Wars sooner than we realized. But I kind of wish we got more Dagon stuff, to be honest. I thought when you killed him on that big observatory high in the skies station part of Kobo, that was just some Force illusion and he's at Tanalorr and, you know, whatever. So I felt like that was kind of a big missed opportunity there. We didn't get that much High Republic stuff or looks into the High Republic. I still appreciate what we got. I really hope we get more in the next game or just across Star Wars media in general or across Star Wars games in general. So I really dug that. Seeing, you know, the seer part with her fighting Vader and all that stuff was awesome. You playing as Seer and fighting Vader and her death was honestly so meaningful as well. I just appreciate all the twists and turns that came with Jedi Survivor. It definitely made, because at the end of the Fallen Order, you know, you destroyed the holocron and then it's just like, well, that kind of was just okay. To be fair to these games, you can't really do much outside of the movies. You know, you can only go so far. But I felt like Jedi Survivor was actually a meaningful story or like an impactful story across the Star Wars universe. So I really dug the story a lot. This game is definitely an upgrade over Jedi Fallen Order. If you like Fallen Order, you're going to like Survivor. If I had to give this game like an actual critical review, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. My only complaint really with the game itself is I felt like the performance issues kind of bogged me down a bit. You can obviously see texture pop-ins. I felt like because I was playing on performance mode, it really wasn't a true 60 frames per second or a consistent 60 frames per second. The frame rates dipped in and out a bunch. The texture pop-ins, like I said. The performance kind of a little bit bugged me a little bit then and there. I definitely had the game crash on me a handful of times, but the game is playable. It's not broken by any means. If it wasn't for the performance issues, I probably would give this game a 9, if not closer to a 10. But because of that, I'd have to give it an 8. So now I want to talk about the platinum portion of this review. My opinions on platinuming the game. The platinum for this game was pretty simple. I platinumed Fallen Order, and I platinumed, obviously, this one as well. It took me roughly, I want to say, about 45 hours. 40 to 50 hours-ish, I think, for everybody. If you want to platinum this game, it'll take you roughly 40 to 50 hours. And the platinum was pretty standard. I prefer platinums like this, where it's just 100%ing the game. You just go through the story, go through the side stuff. There is some trophies where it's like, oh, you got to do this specific move, or you got to put on this specific outfit and do such and such, and stuff like that's okay. I don't really love those trophies, but I don't mind them at the same time. I'm actually glad this game doesn't include any difficulty trophies. I'm not the biggest fan of difficulty trophies. I think they're kind of dumb. For some games, I understand. Good example, Resident Evil 4. You get different unlocks by completing the harder difficulties. So that makes sense. I can understand that. Platinum-wise, it's pretty simple. It's just a lot of grinding. It's just a lot of side stuff. I actually really love how in Jedi Survivor, and I know a bunch of other games do this, where you can find a map to show you the collectible locations in-game. I really prefer doing that over just looking up a YouTube video and then going side by side that way. You know, I could be the true gamer and find them all by myself, but let's be real. If it wasn't for a video, most of us would be spending over 100 hours trying to find everything. It's just, it is what it is. And I don't got that time. So I'd much prefer, oh, you look at here, you found a map, now go after the collectibles. I just much prefer that, and I really appreciate how Jedi Survivor did that. I didn't end up even getting all the collectibles. I think I ended up missing... I got all of Domo's merchandise by collecting all the fragments. I got the data disc just accidentally, just trying to find those. So I got all of Z's collectibles. I got all the Bounty Hunter collectibles. I didn't get all the scrolls. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I just didn't get the scrolls. I don't think there's any other collectibles other than that. I mean, there's the fish. The bounties was super cool. The garden stuff was kind of annoying. I didn't really dig the garden, but, you know, whatever. It is what it is. The force tears, you don't even collect all the force. Well, you get all the force tears, but you don't have to collect all the force essences, which is nice. I actually prefer games like this where it's like, just get most of them. Max out your character, max out just all the basic stats, and then you're good. So, platinum-wise, I really liked and really enjoyed getting this platinum. So overall, Jedi Survivor is amazing. It's a great game. It's definitely better than Fallen Order. If you played Fallen Order, you should definitely play Survivor. I can't wait to see the third game in the series. It was fun to get the platinum, and I can't wait for the third installment of wherever this story goes for us. Thank you all for tuning in to Grant's Gaming Realm. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.